Hi, I'm Akmal. I am chef-owner of multiple concepts around the world, including 3 here in Dubai. Goldfish represents luxury, represents gluttony. It's just very vulgar, it's very in your face. We started Paklo as Itameshi cuisine, Italian cuisine in Japanese. Manis is my pride, Malay, Singapore, the dishes I grew up eating. What I always wanted to do is not to have one restaurant. I wanted multiple restaurants, different concepts, different location. This excites me, it gives me a lot of creative juice. We have like 3 orders after you left. The feedback very good. I think Genovese look appetizing. I don't know why, maybe it's meat. Every morning I start with meeting with my head of ops, my assistant manager and my chef. And then we talk about what happened yesterday.
We need to try out some sample from different suppliers. Next month, for sure it will be out of stock.
I want to know everything. It's important for me, like the business is in my hands. So I want to know the food. I want to know the lighting is okay or not, the AC is okay or not. Owning a business is so much different than being a chef, you know. A chef is more on a creative.
Chef, the combination is so good. The pasta, the burrata, the sausage.
The menu, we change time to time. Like every 3 months, I change something seasonal. Our creative process is always first ingredient, and then we see what we can do from what we get from that ingredient. So it's from my travels, from my reading, then that's how we create. Spicy, creamy pomodoro.
Arrabbiata?
Let's call this angry pomodoro. I trust my tongue, I trust my palate. I like to be disruptive. I don't want to follow. Most important is I like to make something complex look simple. I started professionally in the early 2000s. I ended up in Nigis in 2006, and that restaurant went to World's 50 Best. So pretty much propelled me to world stage. Headhunters, they call me. I was offered Moscow, London, Bangkok, like all these nice places. Dubai was the only one that I said, okay, come, 7 days, holiday, bring your wife, meet our team. I came here like royalty service, you know, with the BMW, the nice 5-star suite. My wife said, "Yalla, sign." So I signed. So we came 2013. The rest is history. I've tasted success today, but it's not always easy. Some days, like as a business owner, it gets really dark. Your bills pile up, your debt pile up. Most times you feel very lonely. You ask God for help, you be good to people, you do charity. Every Friday, we prepare simple meals and then we'll hand out to a local mosque. These people are gardeners, laborers, drivers. It's good to give back to the community. My mom always say, if you do good, only good will come. The guys are here since like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. and then we run through till like midnight. So when we have a window, 1 hour, 2 hour, we talk a little bit nonsense, like boats that we will never be able to afford.
At my age, it's very difficult to find job in Philippines.
My staff are from Algeria, Cameroon, Nepal, Philippines, Egypt, Myanmar, Uganda, Kazakhstan, Russia. Everybody comes from different culture. It is important that I know them individually, so we know how to treat them separately.
I came purposely to make a better living, but living away from home, it's so challenging.
If you ask any entrepreneur, what is the biggest headache in a company? It's HR, it's people. A good team, a good staff is one of the most important aspects or foundation of a company. If I would summarize my evening, it's like chaos. I just fill in wherever I'm needed. So I have to be a griller, I'll be a griller. Half of the night I was just dishwashing also. You're an entrepreneur, you do whatever it takes.
I make crispy garlic.
Calamansi, ponzu, maybe a little bit sugar syrup. Okay, I'll see you later. The restaurant industry is very brutal. It has a lot of expectations. I take that upon myself. I want high quality. Don't really do so much. I think the fats give nice taste. For one portion, it's a bit too much sauce. If someone comes to my restaurant and pays for food, we should give them the best. Yeah, see, less sauce, so it coats whatever excess sauce we remove. Yeah, top. Welcome to Goldfish. We opened in the midst of COVID. People thought I was crazy, but this is our pride. One of Goldfish signature dishes, potato bun, wagyu patty, and foie gras. Lufun tuna, chop it up, mix with Japanese white rice. Miso cod, but we add our touch of jalapeno, so it's spicy. The success of Goldfish gave me more confidence and motivation. So this is where I picked up to do better things, bigger things. A particular person is coming to the restaurant. The VIP thingy is very last minute. Done? They would pre-order, and just 2 minutes before they arrive, everything needs to be ready on the table.
This is famous in Croatia.
What do you order?
Crispy rice, wagyu caviar dumplings, and wagyu sliders.
I cook for Whoopi Goldberg, Dr. Dre, Roger Federer, Nicole Kidman, Mel Gibson, President Taman. Somebody important comes to your restaurant. I'm sweating, everybody's shouting. Just deal with it. So it's 1 a.m. now. I'm heading home. I'm in my mid-40s. I work hard enough to be at this point. So why take a back seat? I need to even push harder. The sacrifice is my choice.
I've been with him since I was young, seen him, peeling potatoes, cutting onions, and, work his way up. He puts his work above anything else. I could see that there was a future ahead of him. He was going to be successful in his career. Unfortunately, he's not there most times with the children. I tell the girls, listen, your dad worked hard. It's for us, the family. Initially, the plan was going to be like 2 years in Dubai, and then we decided, maybe there could be an opportunity in life in Dubai.
I arrived at a level where I wanted to have my own restaurant. I believe I was good. I believe I was gonna make it work, no matter what. So I decided to sell my HDB flat, put in an investment for a restaurant, which we got an opportunity to partner with. That restaurant thrived really well, but there was a power struggle. So to cut story short, I lost the battle. We parted ways early 2020, and I have nothing, no savings. Every day I'm like, I don't want to get up, I don't want to see people. I got anxiety, a little bit of depression.
It was the hardest part of his life, but he always believed that when one door closes, there'll be another door for him.
I prefer my mom's cooking over my dad's.
This one, 2 years old, waking up in the morning, ask for caviar.
I was born in Dubai and I grew up here. I am Singaporean and I feel Singaporean, but not as much as full Singaporean would. Okay, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I know bodoh.
This is an issue in the community. The younger ones don't speak our mother tongue. That's why it's important that we go back to Singapore. They need to know the heritage. They need to understand where we came from.
Baru sekolah.
Tak, dah kat sekolah. Minggu ni kan sekolah start.
Sophie, where's Sophie?
Hi.
Sophie, kau wait
I've been away for over a decade now. I visit Singapore every month to see my parents more. When I started cooking, for me, I saw Malay cuisine as, I don't want to learn. It's just eating at home, kopitiam. Today, my mind changed. I need to represent my own culture. Harumanis, the brand itself, was started by my parents. In 1992, it was a hawker store in Teck Whye. And then in 2024, I opened the first Harumanis restaurant in Sultan Gate, Kampung Glam, in Singapore. We serve modern Malay recipes. It's such a nice feeling to champion and represent my parents in terms of a restaurant. In 2025, we opened the first one in Dubai. Harumanis Dubai is very important to me because this represents who Akmal is, his roots, his heritage. So tonight, we've got some Singaporean friends who live in Dubai to try out some of our signature dishes.
We always think that, Malays in Singapore are limited in terms of achievement, but when you go out and you see your fellow friends achieving Michelin Bib Gourmet and all this achievement, we're just very happy for each other.
And having a Malay restaurant in Dubai is actually feeling so much at home, and you don't have to be in Singapore to actually taste all this delicious food.
Gulf food is coming, end of this month. I think this is the only window we have.
But we definitely have to do something in Singapore as well. Do some pop-up of goldfish in Singapore.
Is we or I?
I'll delegate, you do the job.
So prior to that departure of the first restaurant, I had this feeling, if things don't work out, I don't want to have a restaurant anymore. I'll just have people open restaurants. So I started off White Rice, the consultancy firm. We do kind of like a turnkey solution. You need a design, you need a kitchen, you need a menu, you need to hire. We can help you on that.
We started projects from Saudi. We also have in Sharjah, Abu Dhabi as well. There were projects in New York. We did a recent opening in Paris called Uni.
When I was 21, I didn't have a clue what I was doing in life. Just doing odd jobs, and somehow it brought me to a restaurant. And then suddenly I fell in love, and I told myself, this is the profession I wanted to do. Today I own multiple restaurants and also multi-cities. That to me is beyond what I could even fathom, in my head.